Give me a minute. I needed to get out of there. I did not get enough sleep for this. The night before Christmas, it's always going to be a sleepless one for me. I remember as a kid, Mum would tuck me in as tight as she could, like I'd be wrestling with the bed sheets all night, just tossing and turning with excitement. It was the anticipation of the unknown that would keep me up most of the night. As an adult, I still toss and turn, but this time it's the anxiety of knowing exactly what to expect at these family gatherings. The night before Christmas is just always going to be a sleepless one for me. We're quite a diverse family. We cover an impressive range of ethnicities, but what's more impressive is that I still feel like the black sheep of this rainbow family. Actually, rainbow isn't the best word to describe this family. Ironically, rainbow is better to describe the community. No, the family that I prefer to spend time with. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. Well, not as bad as it used to be anyway. I have pride in a family that's so culturally eclectic, but at the same time, the more cultures there are and the more traditions and religions there are, the more I seem to be blaspheming. If we were at one of your bingo nights and every square was a different religion, I'd get a full house by hitting all the ones that I'd piss off just because of who I love. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to a bingo night with you. I know it's not called a full house, but you know what I mean. And I know you're also thinking that's a tale as old as time. Gays are out there living happy, open lives. We're headlining mainstream entertainment. Well, that's a bunch of white noise, literally white noise, because the black, brown, red, yellow silence on the matter it's deafening. No, I am sorry. I didn't mean to lay all of that on you. I just miss you so much, and I'm devastated you can't be here tonight. I've actually convinced everyone to do a short video message for you. You know, just to say hello and to make you feel like you're part of the evening. And I didn't want mine to start that way, sorry. It's just so easy to talk to you about anything, and I could really use you here tonight. You were here all those years ago when I caused rifts in the family when I came out to them. You're the only person to fully accept me. Everyone was all hugs and smiles after my "I'm still the same person deep down" speech, but it was that deafening silence that lassoed around my heart and just yanked it down to the pits of my stomach. Those silences that can be translated to, "Thank God it's not my kid," or "As long as he keeps that part to himself." And of course the, "Oh shit, I got changed in front of him once." The underwhelming response and support from that night was only made bearable when you and I smoked a spliff in the back deck and you asked me if I was Team Brittany or Christina. Tonight's an even bigger night than that evening. That night, it was my pain alone to bear. But tonight, I have to share it, and that's what's killing me. I'm afraid that Alex's expectations of this family may have been set a bit too high after meeting you, because you're not like the rest of them. As my future with Alex started to solidify, my future with Zane, as you know, began to crumble. I didn't have the time or the luxury to mourn that relationship because I was not giving up on this teenage kid who finally thought they were going to be part of a family. It was a tough lesson for Alex to learn, but it was an important one. Families are far from perfect, especially the normal-looking ones, whatever that means. And hey, Alex is now part of a single-parent family, so it doesn't get more normal than that. So tonight, we arrived at the dinner party and everyone was very intrigued to meet Alex. Yeah, I think intrigued is the right word to describe it. They just didn't know what to ask Alex. Let me rephrase that. They knew exactly what they wanted to ask Alex. They just didn't know what was appropriate to ask. There's already been you have great complexion. Do you know where your real parents are from? Real parents. What does that make me? A fake parent? A wannabe parent? I'm trying to bond with this kid, and putting that kind of language and narrative in Alex's head, it's not going to benefit our relationship. Are you a real parent, Brenda? We all know you spend 18 hours in labor. It's your go-to story when you're 3 sherries deep. Does that make you a real parent? What about when you took the wrong kid home from Walmart? Or what about the time that you spent your kid's college fund on a pair of new tits? Does that make you a real parent, Brenda? There's Brenda, the poster child for real parents. Then there's poor Ahmed, with his family tree that he's obsessed with. Every year he needs to update it because of all of the divorces and illegitimate kids. Is mine legitimate? I'm going to have to ask him that. That tree's starting to look really complicated. The amount of branches coming out of this family tree is starting to look more like a nervous system. Like, why is there so much focus on the branches of this family tree? Why do we not mention the sun or the rain that nourishes the tree? Or the old man that spends his afternoons with the tree? Or the kids that sit under it and share stories? Or the lovers that carve their names into the tree? They're as much a part of this tree's life than anything else is, that they choose to be part of it. They're not obligated to be. Alex and I, we weren't able to choose certain aspects of our lives, but we got to choose each other. Alex wasn't an accident. Alex was chosen. This time of year, it's about traditions and cultures, and there's a lot of that going on here tonight. And I'm happy that I get to share mine. However, mine isn't just valid for this time of year. Mine's valid all year round. But this Christmas, it happens to be more significant. Love is thicker than blood, and I get to choose my family. And then I will always choose you. You are sorely missed tonight. I'll make sure everyone sends you a message. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you in the new year. Happy holidays.
Olá, avô. It's me, Alexander. Or Alex, like you like to say. I wish you were here. This family is crazy, but I love it. Andy, sorry, Dad was making me feel very nervous before arriving at the house. But I'm excited. I'm not going to Missa do Galo tonight. Midnight Mass. Before in Portugal, the nuns would take us every year. Me and the other children of the orphanage would have to dress like the Holy Family. I was always the donkey. We stand outside the church saying hello to everyone. It was so cold. I always complained to the nuns. Maybe it's why I was always a donkey. It's nice to be inside this Christmas. It's nice to be warm. It's nice to be with the family. But sometimes I feel like an imposter, like I don't belong. They tell stories and jokes I don't understand. Every year, me and my friends make jokes about the food. The nuns make octopus. We pray for so long before dinner, the octopus is cold again, like it's ready to go back to the ocean. this year. I don't understand the jokes, but I like the food. It's hot and not octopus. There's a lady here asking me so many questions. Brenda? I think she's funny. I think. She talks so fast I only understand half, and then she drinks more and I understand less. It's a very different Christmas. I still haven't found Jesus in the house. He's not under the tree or on the walls, but I found a big family, a loud family, my new family. I can't wait for you to join us next time. Feliz Natal, Merry Christmas.
Hi, Grandma. Merry Christmas. We're missing you like crazy over here. And in your honor, we're about to make your world-famous sugar cookie recipe so that we can leave the good stuff out for Santa tonight. Woo! I figured if you can't be here to make them yourself, I'd do the honors. God help us. Making these with you every year is one of my favorite traditions, so I didn't want to completely miss it. I have to be quick, though. I promised Leo's new fiancée, Camilla, that she could have the kitchen in an hour because she wants to make everyone hot chocolate from scratch. Of course she does. Have you met her? It's like if Martha Stewart and a Pinterest mom had a baby in a container store and it was raised by that KonMari lady. I mean, I didn't even know you could make hot chocolate from scratch. Since when? I was supposed to have a little helper with me, which might have sped things along a bit, but Lila's off playing with the cousins somewhere. We had an incident earlier, not a big deal. She was hiding, and we turned the place upside down, but nobody could find her anywhere, and we were calling out for her to come out and saying it's not a game, and Nikki was about to take some of the guys and go search the streets with flashlights. And I swear I had one hand on the phone ready to call the police when she jumps out and yells, "Surprise!" Yeah. She is a lot, my daughter. She is a lot. So she was in timeout, and now she's out. But now she's mad with Mommy, so... Anyway, cookies! 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I meant to ask Alex if she had any food allergies when she dropped off the camera. But Andy would have mentioned it, right? Or maybe not. I tried to make conversation with them, both of them. But I said the wrong thing as usual. Well, I must have said the wrong thing because, Jesus Christ, if looks could kill, then we'd be planning my funeral right now. I think Andy forgot I was adopted. Names are a personal thing to adoptees. Trust me, I know. People use all different terms. Birth parents, first mother, biological family, whatever. I guess I must have said real family. And I knew it wasn't the best phrase to use the second it came out of my mouth. I mean, I'm delightfully tipsy. I'm not stupid. But I felt like an idiot, of course. As usual. Classic Brenda, right? But the look he gave me, because of semantics. And not for nothing, I know, but it's information I wish I'd known when I was a kid. It's worth knowing. I mean, if I'd known my biological mother's health history when I was young, I mean, I might not have... One cup of sugar. I worry about Lila. about what she's inheriting. She's more like me than anyone deserves to be. In all the best ways and the worst. A live wire. She's my miracle. I'll say it again and again until everyone in the family's sick of hearing it, but I'm preaching to the choir now, right? You were there when she was born. You held her before Daddy did. He'd fallen asleep. 4 a.m. and there was my crazy Lila Joe, kicking and screaming, "Hello, world!" 18 hours of labor. I still can't believe we did it. Was it wrong of us not to tell everyone about my cancer? I just wanted it to be her birthday first. I wanted to celebrate. I didn't want it to be a sad day. And contrary to popular belief, I don't always want to make everything about me. Because isn't that what it means to be a good mother? To put your kid first, even when they don't know you're doing it? Again and again and again? Grandma, am I a good mother? I'm standing in the kitchen on Christmas Eve making cookies for Santa on my own because my 6-year-old is mad at me. Is that normal? Did you ever feel like this? Like you're so completely out of your element that you're sure someone's just gonna come take her away from you at any moment and give her to someone stronger or wiser or smarter or better at all of this. I mean, maybe if I was the kind of mom who remembered to move the damn elf on the shelf, she'd be the kind of kid who let me brush her hair. Or if I knew how to make hot chocolate from scratch. My kingdom to see this child eat one vegetable. Just one. I don't even care which. I love her so much. So much. And I know I had to let Nikki do a lot of the parenting early on because of all the surgeries, but I'll never get that time back. But I've been in remission now for a year. I've had all the reconstructive surgery. It's all meant to be behind us. And I just thought by now, I thought I'd be good at this by now. Like, at some point you gotta feel like you know what you're doing, right? She's my only one. I can't have more. I have to get this right the first time. You know something crazy? The last few years have been a nightmare. I mean, sometimes I felt like my whole world is just completely falling apart. And even when I managed to finally get all the pieces back together, I didn't even recognize it. But you know what really brings me to my knees? Ugly crying, the works. When Lila doesn't know I'm listening, and I catch her being kind, and she is. She's silly and wild and too sassy for her own good or anyone else's, but she's so kind, Grandma. I wish you were here. Sometimes you just need to hear you're doing okay, you know? Anyway, where were we? 3/4 teaspoon baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix and combine. Lila loves mixing. You know, I think I'm going to go and get her. This is something we should be doing together. Because maybe one day I won't be here and she'll be making a video for me, and this is something she'll want to remember. So, here's to new traditions and making it work, to kindness, and to cookies eventually, God willing. Salut. Like I said, to new traditions.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Hey there, Gam Gam, the Gamster, Gamma Ray. What's up? You don't mind if I smoke, right? You know, I remember the first time you caught me with a joint. I was so scared, but then you just walked up to me, took the joint from my hand, took a puff, and then gave it back to me. That's when I knew you're my favorite person in the world. I mean, of course I loved you before, but I mean, that was fantastic. So, how was Christmas here? Pretty much the same as every year. You really cannot pay for that kind of drama. Hey, remember how we used to get stoned before watching Christmas movies? And we'd be laughing at the drama in the movies and the family would look at us like we're crazy? Well, this year the drama is in real life. Cousin Brenda is freaking out about her kid. I really don't think she understands that. I mean, kids sometimes just hate you. They just go through that period. She really needs to relax. Hey, how soon into her video did she mention her 18 hours of labor? I mean, we promised we won't watch each other's videos, but I'm willing to bet money on this. At least my new fiance Camilla is doing the cooking this year, so maybe Brenda can enjoy the holidays a bit more, you know. I guess you noticed that I put on a few pounds. I guess being engaged to a stoner who can really cook was not the best idea ever. What else? Oh yeah, Andy. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He introduced us to Alex. She's a wonderful kid, but the family is having trouble accepting her. For such a diverse family, we're really not as accepting as we should be, right? Drama! But hey, I'm one to talk. I have something I need to get off my chest as well. You know how I've always have trouble with holidays and stuff like that? Well, that's because I realized that I'm an atheist. Yep, a godless infidel, as cousin Christina would put it. Or yells at the TV. You know what's so odd is that even though I am an atheist, it didn't really take away from Christmas. As a matter of fact, I realize now more than ever that holidays are not about gods. They're about families. Whether they're your biological family or your chosen family, whether you're a Muslim at Eid, a Christian at Christmas, a Hindu at Diwali, a Jew at Hanukkah, people are what make holidays, not gods. Whoa. That was really deep. Thank God for weed, yeah? Anyways, I want to talk to you about Camilla. She's fantastic. She's so kind and loving, and she made me realize that I don't need God to feel love. That love is human. It's not divine. Plus, if there is a loving God, I don't think he would want us to celebrate Christmas by cutting down trees and fighting other people in malls over presents, right? Now, rather than finding love in God, I find love in her eyes. Oh, that was so cheesy. I hate myself. Ugh. The family is having some trouble accepting her. Surprise, surprise. She told them that she's an atheist the first time she met them, and you should have seen the look on cousin Christina's face. Deer in headlights much? It was hilarious. I had to stifle my laugh so much I almost passed out. That's why Camilla actually offered to cook Christmas dinner this year, because you know the old saying, the way to a judgmental Christian's heart is through their stomach, right? I miss you so much, Grandma. I was really hoping that you would be with us this year and that you would meet Camilla. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to pray to Jesus, Allah, Thor, Odin, Krishna, Shiva, Yahweh, and all the other gods that you're with us next year. Might not work, but hey, what's the harm in it? Anyways, I miss you so much, Grandma, and I love you. Have a great holiday, and I hope you're with us next year. Bye.
Hi, Nana. It's Junior, the Islander one. I forget how loud everyone is, eh? But you know how it is. Andy's moaning about whatever new injustice there is. Brenda's sinking another bottle of wine. Leo's spoken up. Yeah, Brenda's Hoha kid keeps bugging me. But at least Alex is chill. Way too cool to be Andy's kid. And there's me. Just chilling, minding my own. I sussed everyone's gift, by the way. It's a box of sampler biscuits to share. I mean, it's got everything. Chit Chats, Crispies, Toffee Pops, and those pink wafers that you love so much. I remember you cracking open a box every Christmas. And you'd say, everything's up for grabs, except those pink wafers. Those were yours. And that year that Leo tried to sneak one, but your reflexes, Nana. You hit his head so hard. Yeah, I bet it hurts today. First Christmas that you're not standing at the stove, frying donuts. I'd go to the kitchen and I'd see you slowly putting the dough into the pan, taking out the ones that were done, shaking the oil off of them, and putting them in that big blue bowl that you had. You'd smile at me as I snuck to get one from the bowl, and you'd laugh when I'd burn my hand because I'd picked one that you'd just gotten out of the pan. They tasted good though. Worth the pain. Anyway, Camilla, Leo's fiance, she's gonna cook them. Yeah. Brenda found the old recipe and picked off the flecks of dried dough. Yeah, I think she's testing her. Screw this up and you're out. Camilla got stuck into it. Got a good feeling about her. Think she can handle it. Don't know if they'll taste as good as yours, but at least we'll have them. Anyway, dough's almost risen, so I think it's ready to cook. I'll give her a hand. I've seen you cook them so many times. I think I can handle it too. Don't worry though. When they open the box of samplers, those pink wafers won't be touched. They're for you. Even Leo. Because, as always, they're yours. Merry Christmas, Nana. Love you always.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Thornhill Theatre Space. I just wanted to wish everyone a happy holidays and thank you all for watching our Christmas event, Happy Holidays Grandma. It's been so much fun bringing together artists from around the world to put together this event. I also just wanted to let you know that there is some exciting news coming in the future. On New Year's Day, we will be announcing the first part of our 2021 season on our Facebook page and Instagram page. So, on New Year's Day, check it out and see what exciting things we have coming for the 2021 season. Again, happy holidays and thank you for all of your support.